remember I was once on a radio interview, and the guy was like a cynic type of interviewer, and suddenly says to me, "So Rabbi, tell me, you ever have a crisis of faith?" I could see it was like his voice was dripping with cynicism. So I knew where he was going, so I said to him, I have a little experience. So I said to him, yeah, every second of my life. He didn't know what to do with that, because he wanted to say, no, I never have a crisis of faith. I'm a God-fearing person. Everything is so clear. So then I decided to go on the offensive. I said, why would you ask me such a question? You probably think that faith is some type of crutch for the weak, right? He says, exactly. So it's like, in other words, it's for you probably think, I'm saying this to him on the radio, I say, you probably think that to have faith is easy. Why? Because every time there's suffering, all you got to say, there's God, I'll start praying. You just blame it all on God, and you always, which is what many people think, that religion is an excellent crutch for the weak. It says, whereas you don't have this crutch, you have to rely on your own resources, right? He says, exactly right. How'd you know I'm thinking that? Okay. I said, because I'm a prophet. No, I'm just kidding. Because it's very obvious that's what you're thinking. So I said to him, let me then ask you a question. How do you deal with the fact when you see an innocent child, that by all accounts is innocent, is killed in a car accident or is murdered? What do you do with that? Does that bother you? She said to me, yeah. I said, why does it bother you? If there's no God and there's no justice, dog eats dog, survival of the fittest, who says there's justice? Why does it bother you if an innocent person suffers? I said, if you have no God and you have no plan and no design, do you cry every time a predator kills prey in the wild? So why does it bother you? I would argue that you, as an atheist, shouldn't be bothered by any moral quandaries or innocent people suffering, because who says you should expect otherwise? It's the person of faith that struggles and has a crisis of faith every moment, because every moment they have to deal with a very difficult, irreconcilable reality, which is, how does a good God allow innocent people to suffer? Why should it bother you? Anyway, I gave him my lecture, and that's what I wanted to do, which was good. He fell for it by trying to give me this crisis of faith stuff. So that's exactly the right. And there's no person on earth, unless they're callous, sociopath or psychopath, that will not be bothered if they see an innocent person suffering. You have to be extremely insensitive. Even though someone will say, one second, who says justice? Who says, why should we expect justice? Why should we expect fairness? What's wrong with, as I said, survival of the fittest? Because whether you call it God or not, everybody has some sense of what's just, what's right. And it bothers us when we see something is not working right. Not just with us, with others too. Obviously, we feel our pain more than we feel other people's pain. But a little sensitivity, you have empathy when you see something that's amiss and something is not working. Why am I saying this? Because I'm saying to you is that regarding the element of that, I feel sad when people say, I'm dealing with a crisis and tragedy, but I have no God to turn to. So then what are they left with? As I said, mortality is not going to help your mortality. A person in pain, if once you subject yourself to the fact of the rules of nature and there's nothing else, how can you ever overcome? It's like you need some strength from a deeper place.